Faith will cause a man like Paul and his brother Silas at midnight to begin to sing praises to God when it was not convenient. No wonder that songwriter said, faith can sing through days of sorrow. He said, all shall be well. Faith. They began to sing. And as they began to sing, probably like somebody said he was singing and God was dancing. That was a testimony one young man gave. He said he saw God dancing when he was singing. I said, you singing, God dancing. But there was a shaking. There was an earthquake. That is what we call overcoming faith. Overcoming faith. Let me show you something, and I will wrap up on this. Go to Hebrews chapter 11. Let's look at it together. Overcoming faith. Hebrews chapter 11. What does he say towards the end of it? Verse 32. Because you know the story of every other person. You know the story of Abraham. You know the story of Isaac. You know the story of Jacob. You know the story of Moses. The test of their faith. The price of their faith, that's P-R-I-C-E. And you know the price of the faith, P-R-I-Z-E. But look at verse 32. What does it say? It said, and what shall I more say? For the time will fail me, time will not permit me to tell of Gideon, faith, Barak, faith, Samson. Each time I read it and I get to Samson, I shiver. I shiver. You know why I shiver when I get to Samson? Because each time I remember Samson, I remember Delilah. Just like each time I remember David, and they call a woman called Bathsheba. I don't know why they call her Bathsheba. Maybe because everything has to do with the bathing. You don't get that joke. Samson. That is the working of grace on faith. Samson. Many years, more than 3,000 years after the man has gone, each time they call his name, instead of allowing the man to rest in heaven or rest anywhere, the first thing that comes to your mind is Delilah. But the Bible calls him, say, what shall we say? Also about Samson. When we get to heaven, I will ask Jesus, why did this man make it? But it's not far-fetched. Samson at his death was a type of Jesus. I will preach about that one day. And of Jephthah. And David also. And Samuel and of the prophet. Who fought through faith, subdued kingdoms. They actually knocked kingdoms. The same word overcome is that word subdue here. They subdue kingdoms, they wrought righteousness, they obtained promises, stop the mouth of lions, quench the violence of fire. They escape the edge of the sword through faith. And out of weakness, they were made strong through faith. They waxed valiant in fight. Through faith, they turned to flight the armies of the aliens through faith. Women received their dead raised to life again through faith. And others were tortured through faith. When I read the scripture, each time I read the scripture and I get there, faith brought torture to some. And the Bible recorded it as faith. It may not look like Pentecostal faith. The first thing that Jesus Christ cleared from the mind of his disciples when he started teaching them was all these Pentecostal garbages. Sir, not so. Blessed are the poor in spirit. If you mention that thing in some Pentecostal circles, they will kick you out of their churches. Yeah, poor. Jesus said poor. Blessed are those who thirst. Hey! He said, blessed are those who hunger. Hey, hungry again. You want to kill the people. Look at scripture here. He said, others were tortured through faith, not accepting deliverance. So your faith cannot even bring you deliverance. Bible calls it faith. If it is not faith, what is it? Others were tortured, not accepting deliverance, that they might obtain a better resurrection. Bible calls it faith. And others had trials of cruel mockings and scourgings. Yea, moreover, of bonds and of imprisonment. The Bible calls it faith. Some of us, for our faith, will be imprisoned. For our faith. The Bible calls it what? Faith. Faith. At such point, people will tell you, you better let us use wisdom, bro. Because wisdom is profitable to direct. He said they were stoned through faith. They were sawn asunder. In other words, they used sword to cut them into pieces, or they severed their head with sword. Through faith. They were tempted by faith. They were slain with the sword by faith. They wandered about in sheepskin by faith and goatskin by faith, being destitute by faith, afflicted and tormented by faith, of whom the world is not worthy. They wandered in deserts and in mountains and in dens and caves of the earth. Look at scripture. It said, and this all, having obtained a good report through faith. They obtained a good report through faith, but scripture says they did not receive the promise. Do you know why? Because the work is not fully done. Look at the next verse. It said, God having provided for them better things, some better things for us, that they without us should not be made perfect. The work is not done yet. They did all those fine things, they obtained good reports, but they are not perfect without us. That is the reason why the next verse from the next chapter begins to talk about now being surrounded by a great cloud of witnesses. Are you there? they obtained a good report, but they were not perfected until we all that are running our race now, until we finish well. You started well, you must finish strong. Are you there? The whole thing originally followed from one to the other, from 11 to the 12th verse. So there is, 12th chapter. So there is no separation. He said in the last one, he said that they obtained a good report, but they are not perfected because we are not there yet. And so what are they doing? The men of faith of the olden days, they now surrounded the racetrack. Cloud of witnesses. Doing what? They were clapping for us, hailing us, saying that if we finish well, you too can finish well. Saying that you cannot throw in the towel right now. If you we finish well, you must finish well. Finish well. Finish well. They have now been turned to spectators, shouting and hailing us as we go. The devil sets his own to boo us, but they are there hailing us as we go, because they know that even though they have obtained a good report, they cannot be perfected without us. There is an adage in my language. When somebody is successful and is a selfish person, you know what he will say? He said, we have passed the bridge, so anything can happen to that bridge. That's what they will say. Through their behavior, they have passed the bridge, so anything can happen to the bridge. Young people that are here, we have passed the bridge, but we won't allow anything to happen to the bridge, because we are not perfect without you. If you tell us they are not even minding their business, I hear that from young people. They will be asking me about school. We will ask you about school because we are not perfect. We have obtained a good report, but we are not perfected without you. What are you talking about? If you ask us to mind our business, you are our business. Our business. Our business. Will you give me money tomorrow? Are we not? Is it not about you? I'm not doing well in school because each time I come home, they are asking me about school. We will ask you about school. They are not just, let the elders, let them mind their business. We will not mind our business. Because you are our business. Young people, you are our business. Until you succeed, we have not succeeded. You are our business. You are our business. You are our business. Our business. What are you telling us? We are our business. Those guys, after they had gotten good reports, they didn't mind their business. What were they doing? They are now a cloud of witnesses, cheering us because our business is their business. 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 The language of faith. If you didn't hear anything, young people, the language of faith is that your business is my business until you succeed. Your business is my business. That is what God sent me here to do. If it is just my own business, I have finished my business long time ago. I have obtained a good report. So the elders will not mind their business. They have obtained a good report. But without us, they are not perfect. Therefore, they are now a cloud of witnesses, healing us as we go. They finish well. We too must finish well. Tell your neighbor, I will finish well. I will finish strong. I will finish strong. I will finish strong. I will finish strong. Look at your neighbor, say, you are my business. You are my business. My business.